Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It's one of those weeks still. I've got too much to do and not enough time to do it in. So, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to do part three of the bite model this week, but I will get to it hopefully next week. So, I just thought I'd do a quick little video so that I'd have something to get to you so you could enjoy something of mine. Hopefully, you enjoy it. Um, I was just thinking about an experience of when I was a little kid. Um, it would have been, I want to say, maybe the first or second grade. I remember that kids would have birthday parties, and at that time, this particular teacher, they would, have like cupcakes or something like that for the kids. And I didn't much care about that stuff because, you could have that anytime. But they would have these sort of, cheap toys that were probably like, dollar store quality toys at the time. But I, of course, didn't have anything like that. So I just was like, I really want these toys. There was this rubber Bowie knife, and me being a little boy, thinking, "Ooh, a rubber knife, that's cool." I remember that all the kids in the class, all the boys anyway, would get one of these toys, and I just really wanted it so bad. But me being a Jehovah's Witness kid, of course, that was never going to happen. And I remember I kind of snuck the one of those toys and played with it a little bit and just sort of checked it out and like, oh, okay, this is cool. But then, of course, I felt guilty, so I put it back. But it just reminds me of how weird the childhoods are of Jehovah's Witness kids. Things that you just take for granted these days as you get older in life, and you look back and you're just like, I didn't have those things. I didn't have those experiences. A kid who is a Jehovah's Witness, unless they're just like totally, mind washed and they're all about, preaching and about studying and that's all they do. And they read their Bible when they're in class and that sort of thing. Um, a lot of kids are just put in that situation and they don't really want to be there. They want to have those normal experiences. They don't want to spend the time in the hallway when there's a Christmas concert. They don't want to be excluded when there's a birthday party. It's just things that don't seem that important when you're an adult, but when you're a kid, it's part of the formative years of your life, and then you look back and you're like, you feel like there's something missing. So I'm not sure what exactly made me think of that, but that's what I thought of, and I thought I'd share that little bit with you. Um, what else? I remember there was times when I would have to go into the hall. When I was in elementary school, we had some sort of a concert, and I think it was a concert. It might have been a birthday party, but I think it was a concert. And there was another kid from another congregation, so I didn't really know them well, but it was sort of like, hey, what's up? They had to go out in the hallway too, and by the principal's office, and it's just sort of a weird thing to have to do. You're just segregated, and I can just imagine what the other kids would have thought seeing these two kids sitting in a hallway. They must have think we're such weirdos. And I guess in a certain sense we were kind of weirdos considering, what we were, um, what the religion that we were in. It's kind of a weird thing. So, um, yeah, that was basically it. I just was thinking about that little experience. Um, there's a lot of things I wish that I could go back and do differently when it comes to, my younger years. I think life would be a lot easier if I had done things differently. But I wish I could have some of those experiences that kids had. And you're you're made to justify certain things when you're a Jehovah's Witness. You do mental gymnastics, and um, we were always taught that, well, you know, Christmas is expensive. Like, why would you want to spend so much money on a holiday? And even now, sometimes it comes to mind. I'm like, man, this holiday is costing me a lot of money. I got a big family and stuff. But you do it because you care about your family, and it's a tradition, and it's a way to show that you care, and just to draw close together at a certain time of the year. And I don't think there's any harm in that. Of course, Jehovah's Witnesses, the government body, would say, no, that's terrible. You can't do that. That's definitely harmful for you. Uh, but there's nothing harmful in that. Just, drawing closer together. Um, I wish I could have had some of that as a kid. And I think, too, that the way that I grew up affects the way that I treat my own kids. And sometimes it's not as good as I would like it to be. I do tend to be a little tough on them sometimes and expect more from them because I think witness youths, and probably in different groups too, but that's what I know. You have to keep this routine. You have to do this, and you got to do that, and you got to go to the meetings, and you got to prepare for the meetings, and you got to go out in service, and you have to prepare for service, and you have to, you know, things have to be a certain way in your house, and uh, you got to, always pick up after yourself, which isn't a bad thing, but um, I think everything is a little more regimented, and there's a lot more expectation on young Jehovah's Witnesses. And I think because of that, it's sort of spilled out into my family life now that I can be a little hard on my kids. And I don't mean to be. Um, I'm dealing with some things and uh, trying to work them out in my own head and that. But um, that's no excuse for being too demanding of your kids. So that's something that I do need to work on. I do care about my family very much, and I don't want to. I don't want them to look back on me as the grouchy, overly demanding father figure that I'm in a room with a sensor. There we go. There's some light. Um, yeah, it's just something that I do need to work on. Um, yeah. This is totally unscripted, so I'm going to have moments of what do I want to say next? Because I don't know. Um, yeah, things to work on, things to improve. Um, I am happy with my life, and I'm hopefully the person that my family needs. Um, you know, I have my moments where I doubt, my abilities as a father and as a husband, and then other days they're good. So just like anybody else, I have my ups and downs, and I'm trying to do better. Um, I'm not perfect. None of us are perfect. So I have to remember that too. Um, yeah, I just want to enjoy life and do some good in the world. So that's why I do these videos to help people out and give them something to think about, and hopefully send them running away from cults. And maybe even motivating somebody who's in it to get out of it. I don't know. Maybe there's a PMO that's watching this video and goes, yeah, you're right. This isn't the best place for me to be. Maybe I should just make that happen. Maybe I should just get out. So there is somebody that I know on Instagram who recently, last week actually, was their last meeting. And it's nice to see. It's nice to see somebody get out of that situation. They're going to probably have some difficult times because I'm not super familiar with all of their circumstance, and as far as family and friends and that sort of thing. But it's going to be difficult, I'm sure. But difficulty doesn't mean that something isn't worth it. Sometimes, the best things in life don't come free. They come with a cost. And, I paid a cost in not having a relationship with my mother anymore. But overall, life's good. So I can hope that my mom will eventually come out on the other side. Time will tell. But I think that's going to be it. So thank you for watching. I will try and have everything together. My kitchen is nearly complete. I just have to wait for the countertop people to install my new counter on the 21st. So thankfully, we should have a complete new kitchen by before Christmas, which will be great. Because my dining room has all the contents of my kitchen spread all over it. So it's a giant, horrible mess that I'm happy to get squirreled away where it needs to be so that we can resume, living normally. We also want to get our tree up and some lights and decorations and stuff for Christmas. And it's hard to do that when everything is everywhere. So that is it. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time. Please like and share and subscribe. If you're interested in supporting my work, please consider joining Patreon. And I'm still working out what my tiers will be and what sort of benefits in that will be. I might come up with some merchandise soon. And then, there you go. Okay, have a great day. Bye-bye.